Hello again, this is James Carvin. Thank you for all of those of you who have been supporting what I do by purchasing top hats from the jamescarvin.com website. And from those of you who subscribe to the YouTube channel, awesome, keep it up. Today we're going to be talking about population growth and the population explosion. Do you think there are too many people on the planet? How long will it be before it becomes a problem? There was a time, not more than a few centuries ago, when the way to expand your population was not a matter of management so much as conquest. The world's population is about 7.5 billion right now, and we have a few things that we can enjoy. Nobody's all that worried about it. The population growth rate is only about 1.11% annually. We have plenty of room on this planet, both for us and for our pets. 1.1% is really not a lot, is it? If you go to a bank and you ask them how long it will take for you to double your money at a 1.11% interest rate, they will tell you about 62.8 years. 62.8 years. That's older than me. It's like forever. Supposing we doubled the population, would we still be able to manage it? We might be able to handle doubling the population in the world. 7.5, 15 billion, not too bad, right? But supposing we quadruple it, that's 30 billion. Hey, did you know that I can count to 1,000 on two hands in less than 10 seconds? 2, 4, 8, 16, 32, 64, 128, 256, 512, 1024. That could be a problem. So how long does that take? Before it happens 10 times? Well, 62.8 times 10 is 628 years. You've multiplied the population by 1,024 in 628 years, times 7.5 billion. The clock is ticking. At a 1.11% compound annual population growth rate of the world, there will be a 3-digit increase in the world's population every 628 years. That means we should reach the 1 quintillion mark in about 1,500 years, or maybe 70 generations. Sweet Jesus, we can't control the traffic right now. Let me be perfectly straight with you about this. The way that we've handled the population problem in the past is through war, through genocide, and the mismanagement of disease, and lately through abortion and birth control. Abortion and birth control have actually been industries that have been pushed on us for over half a century, and yet we're still growing at a rate of 1.1% a year. All this has taken place in the context of the swinging back and forth between capitalism, socialism, communism, Democrats, Republicans, religious forces that disagree with each other, and it's completely chaotic. Where is the management? What we need to do is change the entire system because it's obviously not working. First, capitalism comes along and serves up the magic of the marketplace. And then socialism and communism come in for the rebound. This is pathetic. Whether you're a free market thinker or you prefer a little more government intervention, we're going to wind up with some sort of a balance, aren't we? That means things are going to continue just as they have been. We need to learn to think outside of the box. What if there was an entirely different way of managing things that had never been tried before at all?
Nothing's going to change, did you say? Well, enough of that.
We start with a step-by-step plan for better management. I call the system the Human Availability and Needs Database System, or HANDS for short. We can start out with an economy that's already been destroyed, like Venezuela, where the inflation rate is ridiculously high and the currency needs to be replaced anyway. And we replace it with the HANDS system. The HANDS system is like a Craigslist where people can go to find what they need and businesses and individuals can list what they have. The difference is that instead of buying things with money, you use something called prestige. In capitalism and in these other economic models, you always lose something when you make a trade. Hopefully it's not something you would have liked to have kept, like money. When prestige is the currency, you keep acquiring things and you don't have to lose anything when you make a new acquisition. To gain prestige, just pick a job, any job. There's plenty to do. You can find jobs easily using the Human Availability and Needs Database system. High-demand jobs that nobody else is willing to do will pay you the highest level of prestige. Simply multiply that by your quality control and tenure factors for the formula that determines what you have a right to acquire. You wind up with a system that has none of the chaos of communism, socialism, or capitalism, but all of the perks of a competitive workforce. We've become very comfortable swinging back and forth in the systems just as they are, haven't we? But I have a question for you. Do you like to have the wars? What about the starvation? Oh, how about the disabled? Well, should we kill them all off and the elderly too? That is what will happen if we keep letting our world's population grow by another 3 digits every 628 years and do nothing about it. The hand system will do 2 things to solve the problem. First, it will end management by chaos. Second, it will buy us time. We need to buy ourselves time because as a human species, we'll go extinct if we don't come up with a solution for how to create resources out of nothing. Think big, because when I talk about resources out of nothing, I'm talking about creating particles. No, I'm talking about whole galaxies that'll fit us all. Fit us all, feed us all, protect us all, making life wonderful for us all, and creating new places where we need them to be. And you know something that's really sweet? The universe is actually expanding, as if it wasn't big enough already. Imagine an expanding universe filled with kugels of happy people and their pets working together to enjoy the luxuries they choose. You know, we could be looking at this as an opportunity rather than a problem. Among many other benefits, the hand system makes research like the Quintillion Project more effective because research doesn't require either trade or profit to be conducted. Almost nothing is impossible when we work together. Our mission, should we choose to accept it, is to create resources out of nothing to save our planet, to save mankind, and to save the beauty we've come to know and enjoy. This message is not going to self-destruct. The hand system will make many things possible. Now imagine having a quintillion people all thinking about the same problem. We're not going to come up with a solution. We thought we couldn't fly. What happened? Now what we're going to do, we're going to build into outer space. But we have some problems. Number one, we don't have any planets to sit on. We think we have to go to another galaxy. We're going to be able to travel that far on maybe a few people? Okay, well we have to fit the whole planet, keep multiplying every 628 years, right? So how are we going to do that? Well, very simple. We got to learn how to create some matter out of nothing. Well, you think that sounds so easy? Well, so far, the particle physicists have been working on it, and they haven't come up with the answer. But a quintillion people all thinking at the same time? Well, I think we could come up with something, don't you? Actually, we don't need a quintillion people. A few thousand carefully selected people will do. We need to come up with the technology that's going to allow us to create planets like Earth that we can set spinning around suns like our sun. It's just what 3-digit 628-year population growth requires. But don't we have enough great food, clean water, and fresh air to breathe for centuries? Absolutely, we have plenty of resources right now, but that's just today. Add 3 zeros to the population, not so much. We're going to have to face the fact that if we're going to continue to grow at the rate that we've currently been growing at and not see war, death, and famine at a rate that human history has never seen before, we're going to have to learn to create particles out of nothing and enough of them to create entire planets with. A concerted effort is required. Of course, the hand system does not fix the technological problems required for that, but what it does do is create an environment for working together. Working together, we can guard our precious resources while we plan for future growth, protecting our food supply, water, and air. I know you don't believe in global warming, but what are we going to do when there's 1 trillion times more smokestacks on the Earth? And what about managing our waste? In just 628 years, we'll have 1 trillion times more of that. Think of the stench.
Competing economic models, swinging back and forth as they have been in the past century, are about to end humanity and leave the world with no survivors but cockroaches and spiders. That's one way of curbing growth, but is that what any of us really wants?
A political and economic environment that is better for everybody makes life more wonderful, but it also creates the problem of population explosion. For right now, I'd bet anybody'd be happy just to have a happier nation to live in, especially a place like Venezuela.
The solution to Venezuela's problems is the Human Availability and Needs Database System. HANDS.
Getting the hand system started is as easy as joining online and voting for it in your country. One country at a time, it can replace the endless dysfunction between communism, socialism, and capitalism. No violent revolution is required.
We don't have the technology yet to expand into the trillions and quintillions, but we can start out in the right direction by learning to work together using the hand system, so be sure to pre-register today. The Quintillion Project will be a foundation for supporting efforts to solve our long-term population explosion dilemma. Joining together is the first of 3 stages of progress. In Stage 2, we'll work on curbing human population growth voluntarily in nonviolent ways until we have the technology we need for Stage 3. Stage 3 will probably take centuries to master, but maybe it's not so impossible as you might think.
We got to learn how to create some matter out of nothing.